This is Jamie Drummond with Good Food Revolution. I am sitting here overlooking the fields of Antony Johns. How are you doing?
It's a perfect day in southwestern Ontario, in the nexus of growing regions. It is our philosophy at Soil Reputation, which is sort of why we called the farm that Perth County has some incredible soil and climate. And you know, I'm fond of saying to people that there's no truer expression of a region's distinct combination of soil and climate, geography and climate, than the food grown in its soil. So we're really keen and excited to promote what Perth County's got to offer in terms of geographical terroir that impart flavor to food.
Now, which vegetables do you find do best in these soils here? Is there anything in particular that really shines in your eyes?
Yeah, I would say right now the sun from the west is shining in my eyes, but apart from that, the calcium loads that we have in the soil and the amount of boron that we have in the soil, those are two minerals that are involved in sugar production in vegetables. So any of the root vegetables that spend a great deal of time in the soil, like carrots, beets, Jerusalem artichokes, as the frost comes on, that triggers a biochemical reaction, and the starches in the roots get converted into sugars as an antifreeze mechanism. So if you have a large calcium load and boron elements in the soil, the roots are taking all that up into the plant tissue, and the end result is a much sweeter product. And we've taken Brix levels of the carrots and the beets, and typically a California carrot and beet would have a Brix level of about 3, and ours are up around 15.
Now we're coming into August, and what looks to be quite a lovely August ahead of us. What's bursting forth from the soil at this time of year?
Right now, you know, I think we're very careful to measure the availability of our crops with the seasons unfolding. And while it is possible to grow early carrots, the carrots that would be available in September after the frost have come, the 19th, 20th of September, are so much more superior. So it's like rushing a wine to market. Mm-hmm. You could make such a better product if you let the seasons unfold as they should. So we withhold carrots and crops that do better in colder weather. And most of our crops are actually not ready until after September, and we gear our farm towards that. Having said that, what really is redolent of summer right now would be the haricots verts that the girls are picking. We have both green and yellow beans. We've just finished our harvest of fava beans. We picked about 400, 500 pounds this week, and they're absolutely perfect. The Chipoline onions are very sweet because we've had a lot of heat units from the sun and moderate moisture, and so they're producing a very mellow, sweet crop this year. Torpedo onions, Tropiana di Lunga, the Italian heirloom onions, they're all ready. So the seasons this year have unfolded as they should. The last 2 years have been a bit too wet and cold, mm-hmm. and we've had a really nice balance of sunshine and rain this year, and so patty pan squash and zucchinis are all really productive and maturing as they should.
What kind of acreage do you have here? Because it looks like quite a sizable property from where I'm standing.
It's a sizable property if you have a hoe in your hand, I can tell you that, on every sense of that word. But we have 80 acres, and we grow organic vegetables on about 20 of those acres, and we have another 25 acres certified organic, so 45 of our 80 acres is certified organic. And it's a difficult standard of measure when you look at acreage, especially in here, which is the seat of agricultural productivity in perhaps Canada, if not just Ontario, in terms of pork and dairy and poultry. They're used to talking in terms of how many acres do you farm, but you know, we're growing 4 crops on every 1 acre because of the rotation and the length of season we have. So it's actually like we were covering 80 acres with the kind of rotations that we have here. And the myth, the agri-myth that there's not enough land to feed the world's population organically is just a big lie, really. Because if you take corn and soybeans out of that equation, which is the only corn, soybeans, and rice are the only vegetables they choose to talk about. Those are three vegetables that have been bred by those companies to be very chemically reliant.
Yes, yes.
If you take that out of the equation and talk about potatoes, peas, legumes, edamame, we have more than enough land to feed.
Now, we were speaking about the length of the season. I see that you have a couple of tunnels over here, and that must allow you to extend your growing season somewhat.
Yes, it's important to us to, first of all, I should probably say, it's important to the bank that finances us to provide a year-round cash flow. And the idea of extending our season with the greenhouses was very appealing to the bank. It's not something that really is profitable in February in Perth County when you're trying to keep minus 25 Celsius temperatures away from your crops with 6 millimeters of plastic. That tends to be a very expensive proposition to do. But we're interested in building year-round commitments with our customers,
yes,
with the restaurants. And we're also interested in providing year-round employment for the people that work for us. So it's perhaps it's a model for sustainability, and we work on the law of averages where for 3 or 4 months of the year it's profitable to grow salad greens. For 3 months of the year, it's an expensive proposition to grow salad greens. We average the price out, and
yes,
at the end of the year, we continue on for another year.
Well, it looks like these girls are all hard at work out here. You said they're picking, what are they
They're picking haricot vert.
Haricot vert.
Yeah,
well,
and they would be about the size of my shoelace. They're beautifully nice and small, and very labor intensive.
Well, I'm feeling very guilty sitting up here with a glass of rosé while all these girls are working so hard. I think I better get in there and give them a hand. Antony Johns, thank you very, very much for joining us today for Good Food Revolution, and I will be catching up with you soon.
Okay, Jamie. Thanks a lot.